Hello, we are in the very beautiful city of Barcelona with the intention of attending some different craft workshops over the next few days and seeing how we can include them in our UV resin crafting. So I hope you will stick along and see if it's a massive fail or not. These are very on brand for Bekbek Makes.
Hello, just got some sorbet ice cream. Delicious!
When booking this trip, we wanted to try and do it as cheap as possible, so we opted for a hostel, which was in a great location. We were in a 12-bed dorm. It was lovely and clean. The beds were really comfortable and you had a privacy curtain around your bed. But it's safe to say we've definitely outgrown bunk beds. Look at this chaos getting in and out. Our first workshop was in a ceramic studio and it was a lovely, bright, airy space with loads of inspiration dotted around the room.
We have to knead the clay, okay?
Yeah.
To knead the clay, it's like a quite particular technique.
The tutor was great. He was so patient with us because we really didn't have a clue and this craft did not come naturally to us. He demonstrated step by step what he needed us to do, but the second we got onto the wheels ourselves, we forgot everything. So by chance, mine turned out really well, but it was at this point that Kerrie's pot imploded and she lost the will to craft. And we actually kind of started enjoying ourselves at this point, but then he told us it was going to take 3 weeks for our pots to dry, and we realised we were definitely on the wrong workshop, because the one I was booked in on, you could come and collect your finished items at the end of the day. So when we realised we couldn't take them home, we decided to tap out. Just as we were leaving, we noticed a different table set up with a bottle of wine, which we think was where we were meant to be, but we definitely would not have wanted wine as it was 10 AM at this point.
Hi guys! Becky hates it when I say hi guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Okay, so we just attended a clay workshop, which I thought was the type of clay workshop where you go and you make things with your hands.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it was called Wine and Ceramics, wasn't it? So we were expecting...
yeah, and
wine
even in the
and
description
ceramics.
it says hand building. But when we got there, it was a pottery wheel workshop. But we think that they mistook us for the two girls that arrived after us.
Yes.
And put us on the wrong thing. So, but it was fun, except we couldn't take it home with us. And
I had a ghost moment with a lovely Spanish tutor.
yeah, she did very well in the end. She was very angry in the middle. But so we filmed all of that. So even though the workshop wasn't what we'd anticipated, it did get me thinking about how we could use UV resin with clay when we get home. Previously, I've made trinket dishes using air dry clay and then created an infill using the UV resin, which is really cool because you can submerge things in. So I think I'm going to have a little experiment with some pendants and some trinket trays and other objects to see if we can create a similar effect. What I really struggled with during the pottery wheel workshop was getting everything symmetrical, and I think that's the beauty of not working on a pottery wheel, is that you can take a little bit more control over what you're doing and take your time with it. But I really do respect all my friends who use pottery wheels. It was crazy difficult.
So what's next on the agenda? What's our
Well,
next workshop?
we literally need to go because we're just heading off to do ceramics workshop. No, mosaics workshop. Yeah.
Exciting.
So come with us and we will go and do a mosaics workshop.
Mm-hmm.
To start with, we were shown examples of what we could make. I chose to work with the dinosaur and Kerrie chose to do a photo frame. As soon as we started working with the tiles, I could already imagine how we could incorporate this into a UV resin project. I really loved the aspect of piecing together the colours and placing them on your board and deciding what worked well with each other. But I have to admit, I struggled with using the clippers to get the tiles to an appropriate shape. You really have to trust the process, because once the grout is in your design, it just makes everything pop. I get like good shots of you, right? And then you do your little silly face.
What's wrong with my face?
That one. So did you enjoy that workshop?
I preferred that 100% to the ceramics. What did you think?
I really like the I really like the mosaic better, and I could see that working with the UV resin a lot easier.
Yeah, I just felt a better vibe in there.
And I think it was annoying because I was hungry, and I hadn't had any water, so I was feeling dizzy, which is annoying because that's the kind of craft that I'd like to just sit down and do for like ages.
I could have sat there, like I rushed that second coaster. I didn't realise how quickly you were going to finish yours, otherwise I wouldn't have done the coaster.
Yeah.
But I'd have happily done another, do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't bored of it by the end.
The last little bits were super fiddly on mine, like, because I was having to curve it around the edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Excellent.
So I think we've definitely learned a lesson that it's not as easy as we thought it was going to be to film content, because when we were attending the workshops, it's so difficult to do the workshop and set up the camera and then keep, like filming different clips. So, but this trip was just a learning curve to see if we could do this. So hopefully we'll be able to cobble something together for you. So if you've made it this far through the video, thank you for sticking with us. So in terms of whether this trip was a fail, well, I did book us onto the wrong flight, and then we attended to the wrong workshop, and probably shouldn't have booked a hostel. But overall, I think it's been a brilliant trip. We've come back with so many ideas, and I absolutely love the project I've created for you guys. So I hope you'll join us next week when we launch the Barcelona-inspired craft kit.